On Sunday's edition of ABC's This Week, host Martha Raddatz interviewed 3 Donald Trump supporters who continue to refuse to accept reality.
Do you think the election of 2020 was stolen?
I don't know that I don't think that it was. Yeah, I do. I think it was stolen. I don't believe that many people voted for Joe Biden. And I will never believe that. I don't believe.
No matter how many lawsuits or court cases there were.
No matter how many lawsuits or court cases, when something is proven, I think you have to investigate the other side of it.
I take it you believe the election was stolen.
Yes, I do. You know, when people say, well, there isn't enough to overturn this particular election. That really? You put it all together, I think there might be. Why aren't we looking at it?
Why aren't we looking at it? Why aren't we looking at it? We did look at it over and over again. Maybe you missed that part. Look, one of them says, I will never believe that Donald Trump lost, and the other just completely ignores all the investigations, all the times that it was looked into and concluded that there was no widespread mass voter fraud. No matter how many court cases Trump lost, which was 60, by the way, okay, and many of them were in front of Trump-appointed judges. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the fact that Biden's win has been reaffirmed by Republican election officials all over the country. People who voted for Trump, wanted Trump to win, and will vote for him again. They're all saying, sorry, we don't have evidence of widespread voter fraud. It's not real. And it's not to say that voter fraud never happens. Of course it does. But it happens on a very small scale. The same thing when it comes to errors that happen sometimes with machines. Sometimes there are irregularities. That happens. But to say that that's evidence of someone manipulating votes behind the scenes, it's just not reality. The idea that everything has to be the result of some manipulation by some shadowy figure or organization that is secretly working against you and America at large. No, that is just pure paranoia. Things break sometimes. And usually, when it's going to break, it breaks at the worst possible time. Murphy's Law. Look into it, right? And on that, it's kind of funny that the guy who coined this adage was an engineer by trade, and engineers would know about things breaking because they're the ones that have to fix them. And his original quote, by the way, is that if there are 2 or more ways to do something, and one of those results in a catastrophe, then someone will do it that way. Yes, that's why there are warning labels on certain things. Don't operate this in this particular way, or you will break it, or you will hurt yourself. Which, by the way, maybe they should have one of those signs on voting, just to be sure. You know, hey, if you're going to vote this way, you might want to think about it possibly hurting you. You know, if you're voting for somebody like Donald Trump and you're not a billionaire, and you're not wealthy, well, then it's probably going to hurt you. Okay? Now, that brings me, by the way, to the lady who was asked about how to bridge the divide. Okay? So this lady, right? So she was asked, she was asked, hey, how do we get people together? Because there is a big divide in this country, right? Between, Trump folks and sane people, okay? No, I know I'm being super, super unfair, right? Because, look, she listed off things that we do have in common. Everybody wants safety and security. That's what she said. Being able to take care of our families and pay the bills. Well, those things are very, very important. Look, you have housing costs, for example, that are out of control, right? And of course, at the same time, that rents and mortgages are out of control. You also have prescription drugs that those prices are out of control. You do have inflation. Yes, it's tamping down, but things are just too expensive. And average people, we feel it. And at the same time, you have regressive tax systems and pretty much every state across the country. You have rich people that pay less of their income in taxes than everyone else, than especially poor people who spend way more. And that's, of course, to put food on the table. That's to put gas in their car. Some people are just going to work to be able to afford the gas to go to work. So all those things are, legitimate problems with this country. Do you think that Donald Trump is going to fix that? No. He already had a chance. He actually made it worse. Okay? But look, the thing is, her answer to bridging that divide is to control the media. Wait, how's the media going to change that? Look, I'm as critical of the media as, I can be as a member, I guess as a member of the media, independent media, right? And I have criticized that. And I'll criticize ridiculous articles like, you know what, maybe retirement's not such a good idea, maybe not everybody should retire. No, that was written by some rich person who's never worked in a factory, never worked in these demanding jobs, which destroy your body over the long term, making it so that you need a retirement, that you need a pension. But they just, of course, want to just take those things away and doom the average working person who does not have a cushy office job that they can work until they're 80, if they choose to. No, they want to doom average people to basically dying on the job to make another person wealthier so they can get another yacht. No, not interested at all. So there is that issue with the media, right? But again, you don't see people on the Trump side criticizing billionaires. In fact, they're the ones that put the billionaires up on a pedestal and literally want to elect them to office because they think, daddy billionaire, he's good at business. Obviously, that's going to translate into good things for me. No, it never has, and it never will. All right? Now, on the media, she was also asked, she was told basically, what about the First Amendment, right? She said, well, that should stand, of course. But get this. The kicker is, she said, the media should be factual. Okay, but here's the thing. We are telling you facts. And when we do, you reject them. No, what she wants is not a media that is factual. She wants media to agree with her. That's it. That's not the way the world works. It's not the way that factual information works. But unfortunately, we have a situation where you have a big chunk of this country, at least the voter public, that wants to be immune to reality. And that has repercussions.